We should be live now. Hello everyone, I'm Nigel A. James. It's story time again. A few years ago I got to know Jan de Cock from Belgium. His story was very interesting. I simply called it A Life Behind Bars. I hope you enjoy it, so let's be on our way. Jan de Cock, A Life Behind Bars. Jan de Cock of Belgium has spent many years behind bars, but not as a criminal. Jan runs an NGO which helps prisoners in all kinds of ways. And in the course of his interesting life, Jan has travelled the world. He's experienced much and he's heard many stories. But this story Jan discovered in a jail in Brazil was simply amazing. Diego was serving a very long sentence. He had murdered a taxi driver. And each week, and this was amazing, Diego was visited by his victim's family. In fact, they had become very good friends, and all for one very good reason. It turned out that Diego's victim's sister had been diagnosed with a serious kidney disease, and a kidney transplant was all she could hope for. And in a roundabout way, Diego got to know about this. And Diego offered to help. He would, if he could, donate one of his kidneys to his victim's young sister. And so Diego underwent tests and did all that had to be done. And then came the results. Diego's kidney was perfect. It was totally compatible. The operation took place. It was a total success. Diego had saved his victim's young sister's life with one of his kidneys. A very happy ending. But this story has an irony too. If Diego had not murdered his victim, he would not have been able to save the life of his victim's young sister. A twist of fate beyond understanding. Of course, Jan de Cock had many other experiences too. But Diego's story was, without any doubt at all, the most incredible and touching of all. Diego murdered a taxi driver, then saved the life of his victim's young sister. A story Jan de Cock heard in a jail in Brazil. Jan de Cock and his life behind bars. And that's it for this time. I'll be back again soon with another story. So until then, bye-bye for now.